Charles de Gaulle was a French statesman and military leader who played a key role in shaping modern France. He led the Free French forces during World War II and later became the first president of the Fifth Republic, a position he held from 1959 until 1969. De Gaulle's quotes are well known and often cited because they reflect his deep conviction and his unwavering commitment to his beliefs. He was a charismatic and inspiring leader who was not afraid to challenge the status quo and speak his mind. His quotes often touch on timeless themes such as leadership, patriotism, courage, and the importance of individual responsibility. De Gaulle's legacy continues to influence French politics and culture to this day, and his quotes remain relevant and inspiring for people around the world. Check out Charles de Gaulle's famous quotes below. Enjoy. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Patriotism is when love of your own people comes first. Nationalism, when hate for people other than your own comes first. Politics is too serious a matter to be left to the politicians. In order to become the master, the politician poses as the servant. The only impossible journey is the one you never began. France cannot be France without greatness. Greatness is a road leading towards the unknown. Nothing builds authority up like silence, splendor of gesture, and refusal to comment. A true leader always keeps an element of surprise up his sleeve, which others cannot grasp, but which keeps his public excited and breathless. A man of character finds a special attractiveness in difficulty, since it is only by coming to grips with difficulty that he can realize his potentialities. The sword is the axis of the world, and grandeur is indivisible. Victory often goes to the army that makes the least mistakes, not the most brilliant plans. One must never lose time in vainly regretting the past, or in complaining against the changes which cause us discomfort, for change is the essence of life. To govern is to choose. Tact is knowing how to make a point without making an enemy. Don't ask me who's influenced me. A lion is made up of the lambs he's digested, and I've been reading all my life. The true leader always prefers to remain in the background and to be unseen, unheard, when he is carrying out his orders. In war, you must always be truthful. If you cannot tell the truth about yourself, you cannot tell it about others. The flame of French resistance must not, and shall not be extinguished. The leader must aim high, see big, judge widely, thus setting himself apart from the ordinary people who debate in narrow confines. France has no friends, only interests. A leader has to be a dealer in hope. The future is not a gift, it is an achievement. the leader mingling in the crowd, taking his place like the humblest, his necessities and his duties confounded with those of the people. He becomes the slave of that multitude, a single force which moves and acts at will. Silence is the ultimate weapon of power. No nation has friends, only interests. The free man is he who does not fear to go to the end of his thought. The better I get to know man, the more I find myself loving dogs. In order to build and to keep a true democracy, every man concerned must be willing to make some sacrifice. There is no such thing as a little country. The greatness of a people is no more determined by their numbers than the greatness of a man is by his height. The most dangerous thing in the world is to try to leap a chasm into jumps. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. In politics, the middle way is none at all. France cannot be France without greatness. History does not teach fatalism. There are moments when the will of a handful of free men breaks through determinism and opens up new roads. The true statesmen are those who preserve the national heritage while adapting it to the needs of the present. To be a man is to be responsible, to be ashamed of miseries you did not cause, to be proud of your comrades' victories, to be aware, when setting one stone, that you are building a world. The best way to predict your future is to create it. You may be sure that the Americans will commit all the stupidities they can think of, plus some that are beyond imagination. Nothing is more dangerous than a government of experts. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. France has lost a battle, but France has not lost the war. In order to build a better world, we must remember that each person is a potential builder and each has a responsibility to make a contribution. I have come to the conclusion that politics are too serious a matter to be left to the politicians. The important thing is not what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens to us. It is better to have a bad method than to have no method at all. In war, the human factor is the most important weapon. The future is not something to be predicted. It's something to be achieved. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. The most important quality in a leader is vision, the ability to see the big picture and to inspire others to work towards a common goal. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like our video. Please share your opinion in the comments column.